At 3 o'clock this afternoon, 4 detectives storm into a home.
This was mid-2020, and to dissuade people from protesting, because they're really starting to lock down hard, these stories, some fake, some not, were on the 6 p.m. news bulletins all the time.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant was the angle on at least 2 newsworthy events. Now, this is a big melee. They kept this one out of the course by doing this.
Where are you taking her? Where's she going?
A scripted question made sure to be heard loud and clear.
Go to the road, get her ID, and she's free to go.
Frightening footage of police wrestling a pregnant woman, no less, to the ground. Mission accomplished. Her name's not even faced. There's no court case, of course. Let's move on. And this was Zoe's fate 2 years later. Police drop any lockdown charges. Following an assessment that took 2 years, can they be more inefficient? They came to the conclusion it wasn't in the public interest to pursue the prosecution. Same as Mr. Bondi. In South Australia, this guy switched QR codes. When he was first arrested, he was refused bail. 18 months later, charges dropped. Now, they won't put anyone from our side before a court, but when we take them to court, all they do is block any subpoena or request for information, as the High Court Justice did to the Gold Coast tourist operators. Here's another case in the Supreme Court against Brad Hazard. Notice to produce from the plaintiff to Brad Hazard for information on COVID-19 and evidence set aside. Notice to produce largely resolved by cooperation. That's because there is no evidence. Here's Brad Hazard and Kerry Chan in the New South Wales budget estimate hearing. This is in 2021. Note there's no documents on the table.
But Dr. Chan is under oath and she's given you the evidence, which is quite clear, so she won't be providing any documents.
Now, this was the chair of the Budget Estimates Committee that was asking the question. Now, the first time she asked this was round 2, the first time back in 2020, they said, oh, we don't have any documents. It became a heated exchange. Hang on, what? They worded her up. You're not getting documents because there is no evidence.
Early modelling that was presented to the Australian people, it was quite horrific. Was it wrong?
That modelling was a highly theoretical model designed to really just show what might happen if we did nothing.
So you can't present modelling in a court as what might happen. You have to have evidence. And there was evidence, statistical evidence, but it refuted the modelling, and they didn't want anyone to look at it, such as the average age of death was over 86, and that they said here in the modelling, even with quarantine and isolation, nearly 4,000 in ICU or more, well, there was lucky to be 100, so it was out. So that's why they would never allow a court case to proceed, because the evidence refutes the modelling, which they relied on. All right, that's it for this one.